Hey YouTube, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Trailfinder 2 1-24 from RC4 drive. Why do I make a video about this truck now? It's not new anymore. It was released November 21, so nearly 1 year ago. And it's also not new for me anymore. I do have it already for many months. Didn't do a lot with it. This was the truck that made me most angry out of all trucks I've bought so far, and those are a ton. And why now this video? Because I finally decided to modify and improve this truck, and I wanna make a short video about it as it was in stock condition. Why did this truck make me so angry? It's super expensive here. In Europe, 250 bucks, that's crazy. I know in the United States it's only about 170. For 250 euros, you get nearly 2 SCX24 deadbolt new ones now. And that's actually 250 US dollar, but when it was released last year, 250 euros were 270, 280. Totally crazy price as the Mini C4x4, which is better. And yeah, the 1/18th. I also do have two 1/18th, the Defender and the Bronco. As I have already shown you in several videos, they are even more expensive, 30-40 bucks more. However, those are full metal, everything. And the Trailfinder 2, that's simply a cheap plastic, everything plastic. Okay, metal gears, but axles, links, everything plastic. And why I was so angry? Not because I paid 250 euros for it. I did not pay. Of course, I bought it on a promotion much cheaper. I would never have paid 250 euros. I saw all the review and unboxing videos when it was released by the paid or those YouTubers who got it for free. I really had to smile when I saw Mad Cat from Scale Builders Guild, who was really, he seemed to feel a little bit ashamed and didn't know what to say, because they are not able to complain probably, or don't want to complain because it was free. I will complain a lot, but what made me so angry? I took it out of the box. Exactly the same happened. I don't know if the Velcro was here or there, so I guess it was even already free. It's unbelievable. You buy a truck for a super premium price, and then this super bad body mounting system. There is spare Velcro, and that's already the spare Velcro I put on the truck afterwards. I thought maybe that sticks better, but not. So that's totally crazy. You get a truck for 250, and then it's impossible. And this has to be changed. I know this has to be changed, and this can be changed, and of course I will change it. But if you buy a truck for such a price, you expect everything to work, and that's not the fact. And second thing, it came with this tiny motor. I don't remember, super weak N20 gear motor. How it ran with this, I ran it maybe half of a battery, and then changed to the N30 gear motor, which is stronger. That came in my box as spare. It was not super easy to swap out the motor, so not a problem for me, but for a newbie, a beginner, if it's for his first truck, wow. Okay, and now we have this N30 gear motor, and the electronics is so super bad. I don't know why RC4 drive always puts the worst electronics in the world into its trucks. It's unbelievable low speed modulation, and now it's much too fast. Not too much high speed, but there is no low speed. And if you want to crawl, it's impossible to be controlled. Maybe you saw my microcrawler capability test with the 1/24th Trailfinder. It's also a reason for poor results in some tests, and better electronics, a better ESC will highly improve it. And then this super ugly radio. I know only one electronic that's even worse than this one, and that's that one. And that's from RC4WD Drive 2. That's the old electronics that came in my Bronco, for example, 1 to 18th. And that's the new electronics that came in my blue 1 to 18th RC4WD Drive Defender, and now in the Trailfinder 1 to 24th. And then I don't... which trucks do have similar bad or even worse? The ECX Barrage 1 to 24th is even worse. And similar bad, the Panda Hobby, yes, the Panda Hobby, and the SG1802. The SG1802 does also come with beadlock wheels, but the SG1802 is $50 and this is $250. So there is no reason for such bad electronics. And then we have the body. You can see through. I will paint it, of course, and it's not super detailed. I didn't break the mirrors so far, but they are in a strange position. For a 250 euros truck, you can't compare this with a Mini C 4x4 or any Mini C body. So not top. I know I only complain, but there is not a lot not to complain. This motor, this electronics have to be swapped out for sure. Of course, body mounting system. And then there is the steering is horrible, really horrible. But there are ways to improve this. What's quite strange, here's the servo arm, and it's not on the outermost position. So you could put the screw and the link to, I guess, one position out, then the steering angle would already be improved, and you can do some mods. I did already see. There are not a lot of videos out here in Europe. Nearly no one has it, of course. Nobody pays 250 euros. Now you get it on some promotions. So not a lot of people tinker around with it. Steering has to be improved. Shocks. Well, shockway is super poor, but higher shocks wouldn't make it look more scale. So that's probably something maybe can be improved. But steering. But there are also some quite nice things. So up to now I only complained. What did I forget to complain? Oh, not really forgotten. The servo is also a 3-wire servo. That's okay, but it's plastic here, and of course I will swap it out. But the servo size is, no Emax servo will fit. It has exactly the same size as the SCX24 servo. Seems to have even the same case. If you saw my servo test video about micro servos recently, you know which servo I will use here. Maybe even bigger ones will fit, but that's not necessary probably. I will use the Metal Gear, the small Metal Gear servo I showed you in the tests. There are nice things too, like those tires. Those are Mickey Thompson Baja Claw in 0.7, not in 1 inch. Not on 1 inch rims. And they have unfortunately a very special and unique and mounting system, and 7mm hex won't fit. So you can't. I tried the hex adapters from SCX24s and also from the Hobby Plus, from the micro trucks, but they won't fit the pin. They are too large. The pin will fall out. And some people think they would like to mount 1 inch tires, but they are too large, at least if you want to use this body. Check this out. That's a Mickey Thompson Baja Claw from RC4WD Drive on a 1 inch size, and that's much too large. But the tires are beadlock wheels and you can disassemble them, and the axles are fully equipped with ball bearings, metal gears. Gears do not run smoothly in mine, and universal steering. So I will disassemble this and show you the internals, the guts. Maybe you want to see this. There are not a lot of video, and then that's it. For disassembling the small Trailfinder 2, you will need small Phillips head screwdriver and a small hex driver with 1.3 millimeter, same as for the SCX24, a 4 millimeter nut driver as for the SCX24 to remove the wheels, and a 1.5 millimeter nut driver, because those nice beadlock wheels do come with scale hex, scale for this size probably not anymore, screws with 1.5 millimeter hex. Those are those screws, those are plastic beadlocks, come on. And those are those tiny screws, those are no machine screws. I don't know if you can see this. Those are screws that go into plastic, and I hope I'll never lose those, because I wouldn't know where to get those from. Because in the aluminium beadlocks, of course, there are machine thread scale screws. The beadlock rims are quite nice, but plastic. You can order metal beadlocks. I wonder who will order those super expensive ones, but there are also stamped steel 0.7 now for the 1/24 Trailfinder, which look quite nice, and I have to admit I ordered some, even if I complain about these trucks, those trucks. And the tires, Mickey Thompson Barsha Claw, significantly smaller than the 1.0, so it's extreme difference. Those are much too large, and the plastic beadlock rims do have a pattern 8 lux as the stamped steel. That's a 1.0 stamped steel from RC four-wheel drive, and you see they do have the same pattern, so they look quite nice, but they could have put metal beadlocks to the tiny Trailfinder for this price, because the 1/18 do come with metal beadlocks, the 1/24 not. But that's really a positivum. Nice foams, tires, and at least beadlock rims not glued, so that's okay. And here you can see the tiny pin on the axle, and it's impossible. What did I lose now? The pin on the other side. It's impossible to, here it is, to mount a SCX24 or a CR24 or RGT or whatever hex here. I put it on and the pin fell out. And now let's check the axles. I want to show you the internals and how not smooth they do run, but they are nicely made. What I forgot, the frame, of course, made out of metal, but no C-frame, does here have 3 positions for 3 different wheelbases, 115, 120 and 125. So maybe we can, I don't know if you can read it on camera, it's in center position 120, so maybe RC four-wheel drive plans to release more bodies for this chassis and hopefully decrease the price, at least in Europe. Plastic links and all this stuff. I will show you the guts of the axles, of the front axle. They are, I did already disassemble it, of course, and reassemble it. They are nicely greased, but I wanted to show you here my rear axle, and this does not, metal gears inside, run smoothly inside, not at all. Maybe you can hear it. So I will have to put my Dremel tool on my electric screwdriver to the shaft here, to the metal shaft, and run it for some minutes. It's not smooth. That's okay if we have to tune and upgrade and improve trucks, but if you get such an expensive truck and everything has to be improved, there's something wrong. If this would be a $100 truck, okay, but not for this price. I will show you the internals now on the front axle. So, axles and central transmission disassembled to show you. Very strange. Check the servo here. The servo arm seems to be cut by hand. The ball screw was in the center hole, could be put into the outermost hole, and that way improve the steering a little bit. It's only cut by hand. And a lot of tiny parts. Central transmission, full metal, full ball bearings, super nicely greased, no greasing necessary, looks good. Axle transmissions the same, nicely greased, ball bearings. That's okay, good quality, and universal steering. What should it make possible to improve steering? A lot. Take care. There is this sleeve which falls off easily, and then the pin can come off. Come on. Come on. C-hubs. Of course, plastic. So internals good. What to do now? Improve steering. Improve electronics. Probably I will mount the Modellbauregler DE ESC from Germany and use different radios. Don't know yet if it's necessary to change the motor. I do have quite a couple of those N30 and 20 gear motors, that's Orlando size, to test, or if only the better ESC will improve this super poor low speed behavior. Shocks, wow, those sit super hard. Unbelievable. Check this out. I don't know if there is a way to improve shocks, or if I have upgrade shocks. I have some. Wow, how do those sit? They are not spinning freely at all. The links are okay. Of course, I will mount an upgrade servo. Steering link rod, super soft, but maybe that's okay for such a tiny truck. Yeah, and the body. Paint the body, maybe paint the interior, maybe a driver. There are lights, room for lights here on front, not on the turning lights, and one on the rear side, even if there should be three. So I'll probably only make a very simple front light or mount a Limbo is a C-Light controller. Probably not. So that's it for this video. That's how my 1/24 Trailfinder 2 is now. It's bad, and next video I will show the upgraded 1/24 RC 4-wheel drive Trailfinder 2 Mojave II. Don't know when it will be. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. I'll be back.